hard to respond.
Good morning to the chaos we ride.
So when I get texts, my own ideas,
Wake up, Sam. He's reborn again. One step forward from where he's been. Turn up the noise, flip the script today. Lights on, Sam. We've got dues to pay. A world on fire, but the winds still blow. This is Morning Mayhem. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, welcome to the Morning Mayhem Show. I am Sam, otherwise known as Sam. Happy Wednesday. I didn't want to say the wrong day, but I probably should have just took a chance because the pause looked lamer than saying the wrong one, because you guys probably expect me to say the wrong day. Anyways, happy Wednesday. It's going to be an awesome day. After this, I'm going to go do some flooring. I've never done flooring, but thank God for YouTube, right? For so many reasons, for our entertainment, for to expand our knowledge of spirituality and or God, Jesus, everything, for news, for community, and oddly enough, for flooring. Had I not ever discovered YouTube and to become a YouTube creator, that's probably exactly all I would have ever used YouTube for. Like I said before, I've used YouTube 2 times before I started watching like interrogation videos. First it was this bounty hunter, but anyway, I don't want to get into that. How is everybody? I am doing really good. I'm feeling really good, man. Today's going to be an awesome day. Oh, that sounds really loud. Why does that sound so loud? Let's turn that way down. I just want to have it in the background while we do roll call. I'm just trying a couple new things, then I'll listen to it later. Anyways, good to see everybody. Hope everyone had an awesome Tuesday yesterday. I felt really good yesterday. Like really good. I got a packet after I did my tattoo. I came home and was finally able to check my mail, and I had this amazing hat in there. Isn't that cool? Yeah, and I got a black one, and I was gonna wear the black one to match my shirt. I got these from Caddy Connie and Loudmouth Linda. It was a gift for coming on their show, and I'm looking for my other one, and I think my wife took mine and left me hers. So, yeah, but it is a little, so I have a really big head. My head's 8 1/4. For the guys, you guys understand how big that is because you probably buy fitted hats before. But I love it. I'll wear it. I feel like it's blinging like crazy. I love it though. Like, and I'm not just saying that. They also sent me this amazing soap. It's homemade soap, and I can't remember what they told me what was in it, but I gave one to, and it smells so good, man. And I'm not a fragrant soap guy. Like, I'm just like Dial, like the Gold Bar antibacterial Dial. But these, like, it's not overwhelming. Have you guys ever heard that people with old souls find smells intrusive, or is it offensive? Not offensive, but they smell them stronger. So like if you go into a hospital, like you smell the hospital, what is that? The Cavicide and the Maticide, because they use Cavicide on everything. It really attacks your senses. And like if you're not such an old soul, you don't really. And so that's like one of the what do you call it? The indicators or something that you're an old soul. And I'm usually like that, but this is like really soft and smelling. You know what I mean? I always give adjectives. God, I'm a mess. Where's my coffee, man? Good morning. I will usually give the touch senses to smells, like, so like, oh, that smells soft. Anyways, you guys know I'm a whack job, and that's why you love me and I love you. I got a great story today. It's a sad story. It's a sad story. Why I think it's great is because I've never believed in conjugal visits for prisoners, and I've been a prisoner. But I've been on both sides, right? Not like police officer side, but I've been a citizen, like a regular Joe citizen, kind of like I am now, and I've been a prisoner. And I don't know. I think maybe they should have them, but you should really, really have to like work for them. And anyways, I'm going to get into my opinion about all that. But it's super sad story, but I think that's a wrap in California. I don't think there'll be conjugal visits after this one. It's 2 within like 14 months. 2 people that have been unalived in 14 months from visiting their husbands in prison. Why would they still be doing it, right? Well, we'll get to that. Let's see who's here today. I'm feeling strangely froggy, and not like an aggressive, like, fuck everybody, like froggy. I mean, like, I'm feeling super silly, and that can either come off good or it can come off real bad. Good morning, Heather. How are you doing today? I'm good to see you. Linda, thank you so much for being here and helping out with the show. I did get your email, and we will talk about that later. I think I'm going to split it up between 2 people doing the backstage stuff. Thank you, Beach, for the gifted membership. I really appreciate that. So glad. Thank you for all your support for the show, and good morning to you. You are Soul. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you. Thank you for being here and showing up and participating. Linda. My own eyes and ears. How are you today? It's good to see you. So glad you're here. You know what's funny? Caddy Connie and Loudmouth Linda have been checking in, like, did you get my package? Did you get the package? And it's been in my mailbox for a long time. I don't have a key. My wife does. And we've just been like, not so much 2 ships in the night, but when I do see her, we're just so happy to see each other. I forget about the key, and checking the mail, because that's usually her gig, but she lets it build up before she checks it. So I don't know. But yes, thank you, Beach, so much for the gifted membership. All right. But watch them not be here today now that I did get it. That would be funny. Tan Louie, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for continuing to come back and watch the crash and burn, the slow crash and burn of After the Bars. Just kidding. Sherry LeBron, how are you today? It's good to see you. Thank you so much for being here and being a constant. I really appreciate all you guys that continue to show up for the community and for me, and just super happy about everything. Motherbird, how are you doing today? It's so good to see you, and thank you so much for all the help you do for the show and doing the moderation. I am going to hopefully do a Zoom call with you guys very soon. Maybe I'll have you guys get together and figure out a day that's good for all of you, and then I can make anything work. Jamie Palmer, good morning. How are you today? Thank you for being here and being a constant. Yesterday I was like, oh, I gotta come up with like a catchphrase, for like leaving. And I was like, you don't need a catchphrase, and you really don't. But everyone I watch has it. Well, I guess Rogan doesn't. I watch a lot of Rogan. Not lately, but I'll go in fits and stops. where I'm just watching him 24/7, like while I'm tattooing, while I'm driving. And then I got on a Kill Tony thing for a little bit. But anyways, everyone's kind of got a little outro. But anyways, yesterday when I was, I had already played the outro music and video, and Kim, Feisty Kim, she said, she's like, just say peace out, motherfuckers. It's so funny. It made me laugh so hard. I tried to get in a ha 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 at the end, but it might have made it. Try to get one last message before the chat closes. On my end, it closes way early. On your guys' end, it stays open for a while, which is crazy. You would think that I would have it longer than you guys, right? But that is not the case. Well, I'm using a third-party software, so that's probably why. I could probably, get that if I used Studio, and then I could stay in the chat longer. I'm sorry, that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna get some feedback. Oh, yeah, see there. Oh, that's not a very big delay. That's cool. Man, it's almost like right on time. There's like hardly any delay at all. Yeah, there we go. And now I can do polls. Let me just pop this out. Cool. Now I have the chat, and I can do a poll if I need to. All right. So, same rules, same everything. For anyone new, greetings and salutations, Sherry. Just do a CCC for a comment, and a QQQ for question, or just question all in caps and comment all in caps. And we'll be Gucci Smoochy. Hey, John Lazon, how are you doing today? Lazon. John, we just love your daughter. She is so adorable. She reminds me of, whenever I see a picture of her, she reminds me of like Little House on the Prairie. She's just so cute. And you probably don't even know what that is because you're a baby. But yeah, there used to be a show called Little House on the Prairie. She looks like she could be one of like the kids at the school or something. It's super cute. Hey, Galen, how are you doing this morning? So good to see you. Thank you for being a constant as well. And Shell Dub, how are you doing this morning? Boho Hobo, where have you been? Always here, but I can only listen during this time of day. You're doing great. Hey, thank you so much, Boho Hobo. We love Rhonda. Thank you for letting us know that you've been here. I was wondering about you like 4 days ago. It's weird. Sometimes one of the viewers will just come in my mind. Hey, wait a minute. Like I'll see something, that'll remind me of a YouTube handle, and I just like, hey, have I seen them lately? Hey, Blue Bayou, how are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Blue Bayou. Wanna Love, how are you doing this morning? Thank you so much for being here. And blessing us with your presence today. I really appreciate it, and I know the community does too. Ben Bacon Bits, I love that name. Hey, Shadow Man, what's up, man? Good to see you guys. James Collins, what's up, brother? I'm glad you are here. Crushik 559, how are you doing today? How's Tommy Scoville doing? How the F would we know how Tommy Scoville's doing? Crush. Hey, V. McWilliams, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. V, I've tried to find your email address. You had mentioned the other day something about a Rodecaster. I was wondering if you have one for sale or something. But anyways, you can email me and we can figure that out. That would be amazing. I put one on my Amazon. You know how you can like put something in your you put something in. I always put a lot of stuff in the shopping cart, but then when you get to the shopping cart, I just put save for later, save for later, save for later, and that's my little like wish list that I've been doing for years on Amazon. It's pretty cool. I did make a gift list, but I'm like, I don't know. It just feels weird. Okay, thanks, V. I appreciate it. Grandma123, what's going on? ASAP Lizzie, is she here? Hey, ASAP, what's going on? Wow, it's so much easier doing the chat outside of the third party because I can see on this, I can only see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On this, I can see like, I don't know, 25, 30, maybe. And I can just skim right. This is going to be so much better like this. Hey, thank you so much, Shadow Man, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I really do, man. Thank you so much. You are amazing. That sounded like pandering a little bit. No, you are amazing. No, you are amazing. No, you are amazing. No, you are amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Ben Bacon Bits. Ben Bacon Bits is you know who I want to be here today is she was on yesterday. Hey Pam, how's it going? What did Crush say? Yeah, hey, if Crush didn't mean anything by that, man, my bad. We're just all a little I don't know what we are. Let me see, what did this fool say? You know what? I trust my mods. I'm not even going to worry about what's going on in the chat right now. If anything adverse or anything. Let's see. Let's go all the way down to the bottom. Okay, let's get it going. Let's get the show on the effing road. Does anyone have any birthdays today? Has anyone got a birthday coming up? A sobriety date? They have any? Yeah, I know you guys do. Thank you so much. Yeah, the mods are badass. I start to go in there and I'm like, yeah, no, I want to take control. But you know what? Man, I trust them with my YouTube life. You know, I mean, if they were here, you know, anyways. Yeah, is there any like milestones or anything coming up? You know, recovery milestones, birthdays, is anyone struggling? You can email me or we can talk about it here as a family. You know, I was wondering last night, we haven't seen Heather in a while and she was struggling for a little bit. Hopefully she gives us a not a 5x5, but lets us know that she's okay. I don't want to start using all the dorky terms. But sometimes you need to, I get it. It feels like CB talk. You know, as a kid from the 60s and 70s, I remember CB talk, you know, all the 10-9, 10-20, 10-4, you know, all the, you know, what's your 20? I remember all that. I can't remember what it was. It like you could ask for how strong you were transmitting, and there was a call out for that, like, can I get a 10, you know, 10-8? And everyone would be like, 10-8 good, 10-8 good, yeah, 10-8 good. I'm guessing that's kind of like what the 5x5 is. Hey, my other's keeper, how are you doing today? So good to see you. Ghost Rider 611. Over. Debbie Gibby. I read Debbie Gibson when I first seen your name. And you know what I thought of when I read Debbie Gibson? She really has like a tree trunk of a nose. It's cute. But it's like wide. And so I always, I had a crush on her. So, I examined her face a lot in the 80s. Damn, I'm just going to sit here, eat popcorn, and watch the chat. What kind of show would that be? Man, what's the host doing? Oh, he's just eating popcorn, watching the chat. It's fun for me. So this morning I wake up and Mariana's like, hey, I'm going to go to Starbucks. Do you want anything? And I always say no. I can't drink like that. I can't drink espresso and everything. It just makes my body feel weird. And but if she goes to Black Rifle, it's some coffee shop here. I do like their Java chillers. They don't make me feel weird. I get it sugar free, so there's no crash. And today she like brings it in and it's full of like a purple, cream with sprinkles. And there was a peep. You can see where there was a peep stuck on my straw, and you're supposed to like eat it last or something. But when I was drinking my coffee, I mean, I this already feels hella femme anyways. Drinking a iced coffee, I like cowboy coffee, and I was like drinking like this, like with that stupid rabbit. I was all. I don't know why that makes me laugh, but I was like, I'm not waiting to the end to eat this peep, man, because I can't keep drinking it. Like, I can't keep drinking this thing with this rabbit touching my lips. I was gonna do the face one more time, but I can't because it's making me laugh too hard. And we got to get on with the show, and it's kind of a serious show, but we can still have fun and talk about serious stuff. New dynamic, New Day Inc. New Day. That's a treat. Oh man, now I'm starting to sound like douche. New Day Inc. That's weird. Oh, they're calling for a reference. Yeah, they're calling for a reference. I was like, that's a treatment center here. I know that's... I know you guys don't need me to do this, but... See the top one? Trying to get it to focus. Anyways, it says New Day Inc. That's a treatment center here. Yeah, I just didn't want to, because you remember, old boy would be like, oh, that's one of my guys experienced a lot of trouble, when it was all bullshit. It's all bullshit. So I didn't want to be that dude, you know what I mean? Like, oh, hold on, this is someone's serious trouble. F off. No, that is a treatment center, but I know why they're calling me. One of my friends is trying to get a job there, and so they put me down as a reference. So I bet you they're calling me for a reference for her, and I will give her one gladly. Although she did just break her knee. Why did I get all weird? Like I lost my didn't it get brighter for some reason? Anyways, I'm just checking for anything. Hey, Holly Grace, how are you doing today? So good to see you. Danette, what's going on, Danette? No, right, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? How are you doing this morning? Surviving Together. How are you doing this morning? Good to see you. Woofy, how are you this morning? Carol Stewart, how are you doing this morning? I finally moved away from my niece. She was toxic and poison. Moved to another town to be with my grandsons. If I had stayed, I might have said cheerio to my money crazy. Or I couldn't say no. Well, good for you, Carol. I don't know the whole story, but good for you. And I'm glad you are okay. For real, for real. That's all that matters, that you're okay. Let me make sure I'm missing it anyways. Did I say hi to Holly? I did. Hey, Holly Grace. How are you doing this morning? And big business. Shannon Trim, how are you doing this morning? My roller skate. I know. Hey, oh yeah, you guys are here finally. Yeah, it was something happened to the camera. Like it got really light, and it's not that light, and it was like I had a lot more contrast. Let me just check this real quick. Right, it looks weird. I feel like it looks super weird. Yeah, like something changed on it. Whoa. Here we go. We're gonna. Oh, auto white balance is on. Turn that off. Yeah, see, nothing is changing. That's so weird. And I didn't do nothing. Nada, nothing. Sorry guys, I'm teching during the show, and I hate doing that. All right, well, it's tripping me out, and I don't know what I did, but anyways, F it. As long as you can see me, that's all that matters. Hey, Paula D. Penley, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. Kalia? Yeah, Kalia. Or Kaylee. I'm sorry, Kaylee. God, I'm an idiot. I need to see your... I have a friend, Kaylee. I'm just seeing if it's you. Nope. I mean, you both have blonde hair, but gorgeous picture, by the way. What's going on? Sam, you look kind of gray. Yeah, I know, Nicole. Hey, good morning, Nicole, by the way. Yeah, no, something happened to the camera. It's not me. I don't know if it got like behind the light, but something definitely happened that is weird. I'm just gonna real quick, or else it's gonna drive me nuts. I'm gonna just change cameras, full high definition. Elgato screen link. Oh, it didn't fix it. It did not fix it. Well, kind of. I don't know what the heck happened, but something definitely happened to the camera. I hit something. And get rid of that music. Man, what did I do? And then now there's like a latency thing. I don't know. But let's just move on. Let's move on. Sorry, guys. That has to be lame watching someone goof off with the thing. Okay, so in California, a convicted mass murderer already serving life behind bars is now accused of killing again, this time his own wife during a conjugal visit. This was out of the LA Times. This is from his original case back from 1994. Man receives 4 life terms in quadruple slaying. A 23-year-old man was sentenced Monday to 4 consecutive life terms without the possibility of parole for the execution-style murders of 4 men during a robbery in which he netted virtually nothing. So what's up with this cat is there was an old tavern owner, right, that from LA. He retired. He was retired, was hanging out with some family members and some friends. There was 4 of them. Well, there was 5. One ended up living or was able to run away or something like that. That's how the guy was caught. But he was there to rob them. He ended up making them all lay on the ground and put an, a slight trigger warning. I'm going to talk about something pretty violent. Just give it kind of a second in case anyone needs to just mute for a second. Just take 1 second. And he walked up behind each one and put a bullet in the back of their heads. And the guy gets 4 life terms. And he was getting conjugal visits. He started writing this girl. Her name was Stephanie Dowls. Starts writing her. They end up becoming real close. They get married. They get married just for conjugal visits. Guys never getting out, right? And to communicate and to be there for each other, emotionally, I guess. But I've known a lot of guys, a lot of lifers, a lot of unalivers, guys who've committed some pretty heinous crimes. And that's all they think about. It's like, oh, I'm never gonna have sex again. I'm like, dude, that would be I would be worrying about my salvation and where am I going? What happens, and I'd be trying to make the best life I could while I was inside. It's the rest of your life. And I've already given all my different rants about lifers and how it's not what you would think, right? What normal people think in there. Anyways, David Brinson, serving 4 life terms for a 1990 execution-style quadruple murder in Los Angeles, is now a prime suspect in the death of his wife, Stephanie Dowls, inside Mule Creek State Prison, initially believed to have died natural causes during a family visit in November 2024. Stephanie's autopsy later confirmed she was strangled, an autopsy that was requested by the family. The state said natural causes, and then that was that. But the family was like, no. So they paid for their own autopsy, and she was strangled. Super crazy. If they didn't have a lawsuit before, oh, there we go. See how that took out. See how that took and made the camera go better. Anyways, I'm going to be freaking out on this camera all morning. If they didn't have a lawsuit before, they have one now. You know what I mean? You tried to cover it up, basically, even if it was a mistake, and the doctor listen, the woman died in a prison with her mass murderous husband. You're going to check every centimeter of that body. You're supposed to, regardless. But especially if it's in there. Right? Stephanie, actually known as Stevie, was a 60-year-old grandmother remembered by her family as the glue that held them together. Her death has left them devastated and demanding answers from prison officials. Despite his violent past, Brinson has been granted a conjugal visit, a privilege in California for inmates who maintain good behavior. These visits occur in private apartment-style units on prison grounds and typically last up to 40 hours. Authorities say Brinson called for help around 2 a.m., claiming Stephanie had passed out. Life-saving efforts failed, and she was pronounced dead just before 3 a.m. 4 months later, the coroner confirmed it was a homicide. The family's coroner. This is basically what happened. The family paid for an autopsy to get done, and then the state out of nowhere just says, "Well, no, wait, no, yeah, no, it was strangulation where she was unalived." Like at the same time, do you know what I mean? So, know what I'm saying? Despite his violent past, oh wait, I already read that. The coroner confirmed it was a homicide. The Amador County Sheriff's Office has officially named Brinson as a suspect, though no charges have been filed yet. If convicted, this would be his 5th murder. This case is prompting a renewed scrutiny. California's conjugal visit policies. Experts warn that while such visits can support rehabilitation, the risk of giving violent offenders unsupervised access must be carefully reevaluated. Not what's to evaluate, right? Look, in the feds, everyone knows I did mostly Fed time. Or well, all Fed time, except for waiting to go to the feds in Montana State. We weren't even allowed to, they used to have, like Playboys and things like that in the feds. They took all that out years ago because they're like, no, you don't get to look at that and be a creep or whatever, and that's what their mindsets were. And they took out, all the extra stuff, they wanted weights gone, so we couldn't work out. All these extra things. In California State, they're giving them conjugal visits to a mass murderer. Look, he's a mass murderer. I know that sounds grandiose and trying to exaggerate it, but legally, he's a mass murderer. And it was heinous. It was execution style. So anyway, I wrote a quick opinion this morning. Got my thesaurus out. Well, I was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm looking up words. Because I don't want to use the same old words, right? I'm trying to make this a better show for you guys. Anyways, the death of Stephanie Dowls inside Mill Craig State Prison wasn't just a tragedy. It was a consequence of complacency, a preventable failure of a system that prioritized policy over prudence and routine over reform. We cannot pretend anymore that what happened was a one-off. Stephanie's death is the second known case of a woman being unalive during a conjugal visit at the same California prison in the same year. So it was within 12 months and less because it was within the same year. It's crazy. And yet somehow the conjugal visit program remained untouched. No emergency review, no suspension, no systemic pause to ask, how are we still allowing this? That silence is deafening and it's dangerous. Let's be honest. Our correctional policies are outdated, inconsistent, and too often guided by policies instead of people's lives. And what I mean by inconsistent is that, we can leave it to the state by state, but the feds have a pretty solid policy on everything to keep people safe, to keep the prisoners safe, and to keep their families safe. And I'm not asking for a one policy for all. Well, I mean, maybe not like on a global level, but on a nation level. Anyway, let's be honest. Our correctional policies are outdated because the idea of rehabilitation should absolutely be central to our prison system, but there's a difference between rehabilitation and recklessness. And when we allow a man with 4 life sentences for execution-style murders to host his wife and even his toddler grandson, yeah, that's right. You heard it from me. His toddler grandson has been there a few times during these 40-hour visits. Well, up to 40-hour visits. alone in an unsupervised apartment for 40 hours at a time, we are not rehabilitating. We are enabling risk, is what I was just talking about. And in this case, that risk turned fatal. The time for thoughtful, thorough reform is now. We need a national conversation about who qualifies for privileges like conjugal visits, and more importantly, why. If someone is never getting out, not even eligible for parole, what are we incentivizing? Because that's just it. They were supposed to be there to incentivize good behavior in the prison. And I get it. Lifers can get out of control because they have a like I don't give a F mindset, right? Because what can you do? Send me to prison? They're already there for life. Just like with him unaliving this poor woman. It didn't matter. What are we incentivizing? What's the goal? Family bonding with who? To what end? These aren't rhetorical questions. They're policy flaws that have now cost real lives. Reform means revisiting eligibility standards for programs like family visits, especially when it comes to violent offenders. It means installing basic safety measures for visitors, panic buttons, surveillance protocols. I can't believe they don't have a panic button. When I looked that up, I was like, there's no panic button? There's panic buttons in almost every cell in the feds. Well, I guess not in the prison. At the detention centers, there are. That's why, well, you guys probably don't know this, but when someone's about to go check in, you'd be like, yeah, go up there and hit the button. Go hit the button. And that's like, you go and hit the button. You tell the cop, it's like the panic button. Like, hey, I need out of here. You know, we used to tell guys to do it all the time when their paperwork would be bad. If it was just a little bad or if it was ambiguous, we just like, hey, man, get out of here. We wouldn't smash them off the yard. We'd be like, man, beat it. Go hit the button. Anyways, there's no panic button in those rooms. What the F? How is there no panic buttons? I couldn't believe it when I looked it up. Surveillance protocols, emergency contacts. It means honoring the value of civilian life just as much as we weigh inmate rights. Because this is not about being punitive. This is about preventing the next Stephanie. It's about ensuring no family ever again waits 4 months for the truth or finds out too late that a loved one entered a prison for a visit and never came out alive. Man, it's emotional for me, and I don't even know why. We owe it to the victims, we owe it to the families, and we owe it to every decent person trying to truly change behind bars, not to be set back by policies that protect no one. Reform isn't optional anymore. It's overdue. It's sad, man. It's so sad. She was beautiful. She was gorgeous. She had she owned a salon, and she employed a bunch of young ladies doing hair, and just really had carved out a nice life for herself. Worked really hard. She worked really hard. This is the punk that did it. I know that dude, and I know not him personally, but I know that guy, you know, that personality, that dude. I never liked those dudes. The guys that act like this dude does. I already know how he acts. These are the 4 guys. Can we get some ones for Stephanie and her family? They're really going through it right now. So can we get some prayers and good vibes for her and her family? I've already added it to my prayer list. And also for 59-year-old Robert Marks, 28-year-old Gene McCullers, 33-year-old Celendino Ligtas. That's got to be right. It's Ligtas. And William Terry, 27-year-old William Terry. Those guys are all young, except for Robert, you know, but still, no one deserves to die like that over nothing, because they thought that Robert, well, he thought he was dealing drugs, but he was a retired tavern owner, And it's crazy. It literally was a tavern in LA, or just outside of LA. Not like a bar. It was a tavern. And there's not a lot of those anymore in LA. I love a good old tavern. But anyway, he thought it was going to be a big cash grab, big drug grab. And there was nothing. And when there was nothing, he unalived all of them. He's a dirtbag. Straight dirtbag. Thanks, guys, for all the support for her and her family. And yeah, it's just they got it's got to be suspended, right? You know what? It should at least be suspended for anyone who has a life sentence or any violence. For any violence. I haven't looked up the case from last year. That might have just been guy who was just a violent guy, who unalived his wife last year. It was at the beginning of last year. This one happened in November of 2024, so it had to have been the beginning of last year. So anyway, yeah, it just needs to be suspended. I'm sure it is. Now, with all the public outcry, this story was sent to me by Linda. Did you send me this story, Linda? One of the mods sent me this story, and I checked it out last night before bed, and I was like, oh, yeah, man, I want to cover that. Because we are a prison show, news show, recovery show, not in that order, but, you know. You know, what do you do? So, yeah, you get a bunch of citizens, you know, forming an angry mob, raising their fists, you know, we need reform, we need reform. But it's really going to take the Sacramento to really, the people in Sacramento to really push for some change, and the people in the community of the victims to push for change with their representatives there, their local representatives. Not their federal ones, but with their local ones. And then those representatives can push for change in Congress if they wanted to make just a national ban. Like if they were just requesting a national ban on conjugal visits. There's only 4 states that still do it. So something's got to be wrong when almost all the states used to do it. So that should tell you something right there. It's like conspiracy laws. There's still like almost every state used to have a conspiracy law. The feds have a conspiracy law where it can be 2 or more people can say, yeah, I bought drugs off Sam, and I could go to prison for it for conspiracy. On a state level, in 39 states, that's unconstitutional. Conspiracy is unconstitutional in 39 states. Of course, the feds can charge you conspiracy in those 39 states, but only like 11 states. And that's the last time I looked at it, which was 2011 was the last time I looked at how many states still had conspiracy laws. Wyoming was one. Montana doesn't. So yeah, if only 4 states still offer conjugal visits, then that should tell you something. All the other states were like, yeah, no, this is dumb. Yeah, this is dumb. A guy like that who'd unalive 4 people, like he'd be lucky if I'd be even giving him lunch. Does that make sense? He'd be lucky if I was giving him lunch. I'd be like, man, you know what? You're going to get a biscuit in the morning and a sandwich at night. You don't get lunch. I don't know. It just makes me mad that this guy was allowed to not only just have a conjugal, but was allowed to unalive his wife. And he's not going to pay for it. He's already doing life. How's he going to pay for it? Yeah, they're going to charge him. I promise you. I assure you of that. They're going to charge him. Don't worry. I'll get used to saying it. Assure you. And a lot of people are like, well, why? But because if he gets anything overturned, or if he gets, if they put him in for a clemency, say someday, I mean, this guy would never get it. But these are the reasons why. Just in case. Say he was able to get him in front of Trump's, on Trump's desk for clemency, or the governor's desk for clemency. With that extra added murder, it's just that, like, it's just more reason to keep him locked up, throw away the key. Anyways, yeah, what a bummer, huh? Yeah, it just like bums me out. I had a really cool I can't remember this cat's name. I got to remember this cat's name real quick. I got a good palate cleanser, and I mean, it's not the end of the show or anything. We're only 50 minutes in, but well, let's see what you guys think. I want to see what you guys think. Did anyone make comments about this story? Wowzers, we get a lot of comments. I mean, not about the story per se, but let me just look. Dealt with in the pen. From what little I understand, it was a violent assault. Why he wasn't dealt with in the pen? Are you, Lucinda? Hey, welcome to the show, Lucinda. By the way, thank you for being here, surviving together. Thank you for being here. Kim, hey, what's up, Kim? I'm glad you're here today. I'm just catching a little bit of this conversation. So Lucinda R says, ASAP, Lizzie, from what little I understand, it was a violent assault. Why he wasn't dealt with in the pen? Do you mean like why didn't the inmates take care of him? If that's what you mean, I can tell you why. Because in that race group, because everything's dealt with by race, the way we politic each other, the way we punish each other, we call it violations. When you get a violation, some cars, some races deal with it differently than others. Had it been he put 4 women down on the ground and did that, he probably wouldn't be alive today inside. For real. He wouldn't probably be alive today. They would have especially in California, they would have taken care of that. You're not going to kill 4 innocent women like that and get to walk around and play handball and do conjugal visits. And I know that's not right. I mean, no, it's right that the inmates would do that to him, but it's not right really that he wouldn't get the same punishment because he did it to men. But that's just the way it is. And I'm sure that makes sense. It's just the way it is. Look what I got, guys. I'm starting to quit. These are tobacco pouches. I'm trying to quit vaping. So, and that's a whole nother show to talk about that. I mean, I'm not mad it's that way. I'm not. But yeah, if that's what you meant, Lucinda, that's why. I assure you. Let's see if I can find any other comment. I don't see any C's and I don't see any Q's. Please delete if this is not the right place. Why was the statutory case treated differently in the institution as an opposed? Lucinda. Are you talking about for this case, Lucinda, or are you talking about something else? Running mask. Let me go down to the bottom. You'll have to scroll way back. Woofy says you'll have to scroll way. Are you talking to me, Woofy? Lucinda, patch not catch. Hey, Lacey, how are you doing today? So glad you're here. Winative. Is that right? Winative? That's how I quit. Oh, with Zins? Is that how you quit? Yeah. Oh, and thank you, Lacey. You're saying you got this. I was like, I got what? What am I doing? I forgot. I just told you guys I'm quitting. Oh man, I'm losing it. Yeah. Have you ever seen that movie where like, hey, this is 10-second Joe. Hi guys, nice to meet you. Like, hi guys, nice to meet you. Yeah, that's me. I'm 10-second Joe. That's what we're gonna keep. That's what we're gonna start saying. 10-second Joe. This is Grunt Style. It's a clothing company. And all the money goes to our fallen, like Warrior Wishes. It goes to for mental health, to families of people that are money to like kids and the families that are struggling from our military. Yeah. I love this shirt. I have a bunch of them. Have you guys ever seen the one that says lion, not sheep? That one's from there. I love that shirt. I looked for that shirt today and I couldn't find it. It's probably in like the back seat of my truck. So what are you guys talking about? Gene Palmer or Laura, my best boyfriend was executed 13 years after he murdered her. He handed her away. It was worth it. Oh yeah, that's heavy, Gaitlin. That's super heavy. Oh, so she's talking about Tommy. Thank you, Sherry. Like what? Like what about Tommy? Like he was treated. I mean, he was stabbed for it. They stabbed him for it. I mean, they tried to unalive him for the R case. I mean, there's not much more they can do. When I was with him, nobody knew that. Nobody knew anything about any of that. But I was with him at a medium. But when he got to the high security for getting in a fight with an officer at the medium security, that's where the white boys check. We check everything. And if there's anything that's weird, you better have proof, and you better have proof. It better be like my situation. I'm not going to get into all my situation. I've talked about it in other videos because I just don't want to get into like a whole long story. But I had to show proof of why I had certain letters in my docket sheet, certain motions. Wow, this thing is burning my mouth. Wow. Now I'm distracted by my mouth is on fire. Anyways, yeah, and once they saw that, yeah, they tried to stab him. They tried to kill him. And they just say, he would say, and I'm not going to get into a big show about Tommy. I've done 2 already this week about that fool. Pretty much. But yeah, they tried to take him out. If that's what you were talking about. Comment, can you use the patch to get off the vape? Yeah. I sure can. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments in studio, but I'm using this. Here's another question. If Brian K. of Idaho 4 is found guilty, do you think he will be dealt with? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, especially in Idaho. Especially in Idaho. And do you want me to tell you what, guys, why, especially in Idaho? If you can't figure it out, I'll give you guys 3 minutes to make guesses of why, especially in Idaho, that a white man will get dealt with in an Idaho state prison for hurting young women. I'll let you guys just ponder that for a second and give me your guesses. And I gotta take that thing out. That thing is strong. Whew. Dang. And I have a really high tolerance. I know, Beach. It's never gonna stop, right? He's really established his presence on YouTube, hasn't he? It's crazy. Oh no, James. No, he wasn't. That's all and I confronted him on that. And he stuck to his guns on that. And I'm like, okay, Tommy, whatever, bro. I said it, I go, it's me. It's not YouTube. It's you and I talking. I said, I'm not going to think any less or more of you. Actually, I would think more of you if you were honest, but we're already way down here. Level is right here. If I think more of them, it's only going to get to like here. You know what I mean? Yeah, fudge that toots. Man, that Zen rocked me. That is so weird. I just had one the other day and I was fine. Okay, I'm just looking for comments. I'm gonna go to the bottom. Phew. Is Motherbird okay? Acupuncture is great. Show me. Quit it, John. Show me. Oh, would it really? Jess? Hey, and welcome to the show, Jess. I didn't say good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, my esophagus is burning right now. That's so crazy. Ding, 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 ding. Here, I gotta have a sound for no, not that one. Not that one, but yes, Shell W got it right. Shell W got it right. It is because of the Aryan Nation. For all of the bad things about the Aryan Nation, that is one of the good things, is that they will not let anybody hurt women or children. And there's plenty of them inside the Idaho State Prison. It's actually, they have probably the biggest population of Aryan Nation guys. There's so many different groups. There is actually one called AN, which is Aryan Nation. Of course, there's ABs, there's all the different groups. There's Hammerskins, Christian Identity. There's a group called Christian Identity. They're all in there. Life Order said they went missing, and that who knows? I just suspect they're back together. Kim, Probably, right? Well, I do know a little bit of information that probably would say that they're not back together. Well, they might be back together, but not how you are thinking that they might be back together. Yes, yes, love it. You were almost there, or well, you were there. Yeah, I think I should Ben Bacon Bits try the lozenges because I thought the Zins were fine. I've done Zins many times, but one has never got me like that. Maybe it's just because it's early and I don't know. But it really got me. Hey, Laura Lou. LDS. No, but I mean, there are some LDS in there that are part of some of those groups that they would take it. We might follow that case. I don't know. It's sad. And we've tried to follow cases where they've talked about sad things before. And I feel like we're all just watching the testimony, just super sad. And yeah, and it's, I don't know, it just kind of, it's not a good show, you know. Of course, you still plan on doing custom shirts, Sam? Love t-shirts and your artwork. Yes, I hate KP and AZ, and thanks for being here. Yes, I am. I just have, I talked about it the other day. I need a platen to put the blank shirts on so the printer can print. But if by the end of this month, like I said the other day, I can't figure that out. I'm going to just send the artwork to a drop shipment place and just drop ship the shirts to everybody. Yep, I sure am. To quit vaping, love it. I'm guessing that's what you're trying to quit. I know it's hard. It's hard. You know, one time I was on my way to church and potatoes. Hey, Ben Bacon Bits. I got a that's funny. It's potatoes go with your handle too. When you drive it into Idaho from Montana, it coming up from Utah, not from like Missoula over to Spokane, but when you're coming up towards Idaho Falls from the bottom, there's a big sign and it's been there forever. And it's a big sign and it says free taters for out-of-staters. So you go to this restaurant and you show an ID that you're from out of state and they'll give you a free baked potato. How cool is that? Free taters for out-of-staters. Yeah. So funny. Yep, you got it right. Ghost Rider 611. Supreme of White. Comments. Sherry, I sent you another email about a case with the wrestling guy, and ASAP is asking about the Idaho case. Got it. Yeah, I'll check that out today and we'll cover it. Absolutely. I was sent this one and it was at the top of my email list and I seen that one first. But yeah, I'll cover it. And then someone sent me a bunch of stuff. And I think it was it Lacey? No, it was IMG Infinity. Sent me some really interesting blow your mind type stuff. And it might be kind of hard to cover. It's like it's conspiracy type stuff. I think we need to have a conspiracy day. And then that way you guys can choose if you want to come to the show or not. We can just say, hey, today we're talking about conspiracies. If that's not your jam, then today might not be good for you. But I promise to make it as entertaining as possible. As entertaining as my feeble mind can make it. Teresa Clay, good morning. Did I already say good morning to you, Teresa? I'm sure I did. If I didn't, good morning to you. Galen, I think you're right. These ones are, and the one I had the other day, these ones are peppermint. So yeah, the one I had the other day was like a fruity pebble or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. I think you're right. I think that's what I got to do. So was it in the paper? What was in the paper? Yeah, Teresa says, yeah, those things are strong. Sam, I started a high dose and they made me sick. So I've done Zins before and they made me sick, but because I vape such a high nicotine juice, my tolerance is super high. So that one didn't make me too sick. I mean, it got me a little dizzy, but it burnt the heck out of my mouth. So I had to spit it out. Sam comment. Jamie Palmer says, can you use the patch to get off the vape? I sure can. And I'll probably go get some today. I mean, I almost have to because I'm done. I don't want to vape no more. Oh, I was going to tell a quick story. So yeah, one day, I wish Mariana and I was here. Oh, I'm going to talk about Mariana too here in a minute. We were driving to church. And I'm driving and I got my vape in my hand and I'm, smoking and driving. And I looked down at it and I just, it's always in my hand. And I couldn't find it that morning and I was frantically looking for it. And, I'm always like laying in bed, watching TV, smoking it. And I just it convicted me. And and it was an expensive one. It was like, this one's expensive, this thing right here, but see, it's out. So I'm not going to fill it back up. And I just took it and I threw it out the window into like a grassy knoll type area. And I quit for about 4 weeks, but I had a backup one. I had a backup one at work. And I was tattooing a portrait. I remember like it was really like it was yesterday. And I was tattooing this portrait. And when I do portraits, I really have to tune everything out and really get into the piece, right? And I have music playing and the music infuses itself into the artwork and I'm just really concentrated and I really needed some nicotine. And I knew I had that backup vape. So I just hit it a couple times and then I was done. I was vaping again after that and I haven't quit since. And that was in 2023, mid 2023. So yeah, it's crazy. Pete. Okay, I'm gonna go back down to the bottom, see what's going on down here. Comment. Here we go. In South Africa, community justice is horrifying. Oh, I bet. Yeah, I can't speak on it, but knowing the politics and the history down in South Africa, I am sure that it's beyond vicious down there. Beyond. Hey, Karma Chameleon, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. We can show up with tinfoil hats for Conspiracy Day. Yeah, that's right. And good morning to you. Good morning to you. So glad you're here. And I responded to your email yesterday, I think. Caddy Connie. Thank you again, Caddy Connie and Loudmouth Linda for the hats and the wonderful soap. My wife was just smelling it for 20 minutes last night. She was like, smells so good. And Caddy Connie and Loudmouth Linda, I guess her dad used to make soap. And her dad passed away 2 years ago from 4 years ago now. Geez. From kidney failure in the parking lot of a Walmart. And it was super sad. He had just dropped off he had 2 young sons. He had just dropped them off at school and had gone to the doctor for his dialysis and then went to like Walmart or something, and he passed away in his car. Super sad story. But he used to make soap, and he was kind of a fudgy guy. And what I mean by that, like a granola type guy. He considered himself a pirate. And I really wish I could have got to meet him, and I didn't. I never got to meet him, but he did. He considered himself a pirate, and every picture I've ever seen of him, he looks like a pirate. He dressed like a pirate, kind of, and like wore pirate type jewelry, and just super cool. And he loved like the Jolly. I almost said Jolly Rancher, the Jolly Roger flag. He had like little Jolly Rogers all over, and just to seem like a super cool guy, and was really into tech like me. So we think he would have had a problem with our age difference. But I think after he got to know me, he would have fell in love with me just like the rest of her family. Comment by John Lazon. Welding fume plus smoking for 30 years, cardiac arrest at 40 years old now, 49, smoking cigar and welding. Jeez, brother. Yeah, you got to pump the brakes. Pump the brakes, let's see. Right, James? Sam joining on Sunday. Joining on Sunday. What do you mean, Wolf? I'm lost on the comment, Wolf. And I do want to talk to you and Linda today about doing the backstage stuff. And the only reason why I want to have two is because in case one of you guys can't be there. And thank you for offering. And it's so cool. It's so cool. I just Tan Louis question: do you ever look at UK trials? If yes, did you see the Nicholas Prosper one? I have heard of the Nicholas Prosper one. I just seen some guy just got out of prison in the UK, a pretty famous guy, a nefarious or infamous guy, and I can't remember his name right now. But I wanted to do a story on that. But yeah, I would love to cover some UK trials. I talked to somebody from New Zealand in an email yesterday or the day before, and I'm super interested in their like court system. Hey Brazy, hey, how's it going this morning? Good to see you. Ximena, is she here? Ximena. Kim, question. You said you were going to talk about JAG. Did I miss it already? I did say I was going to talk. I do have a JAG story. Did I didn't already do it? I didn't do it. Yeah, that was a few days ago. Yeah, I can do the JAG story. Let me just go into my outline and print it up real quick. We might as well. We got some time. Lori Swenson, hey, good morning and welcome to the show. Lori Swenson's comment: better than the sign outside of Butte Testicle Festival. Yeah, that's right. I have a fondness for Butte, and I have eaten what do they call them? Rocky Mountain oysters, which are bull testicles. I have eaten them. There's a place close to here called the Blue Bayou or the Blue Cat. There's a little bar restaurant called the Blue Cat, really close to here, and they have their Rocky Mountain oysters, or their testicles, are really good. You know what they're like for me? They're like I just don't want to keep messing with my hair. I feel like it's distracting to you guys. They taste like I used to call them funny French fries. So when I was a kid, I grew up at the beach, right? And they make as a kid we call them funny French fries, but it's just fried oysters, battered and fried little oyster strips, and they're like all crooked and battery. And we called them funny French fries, and I love those. But that's what Rocky Mountain oysters taste like. on the outside and until you get about that far in, and then it gets kind of exactly how you think a testicle would be. Now we're like, I'm getting way out of pocket right now. But yeah, thanks for the comment, Lori. So cool that you know about that sign. I have a fondness for Butte. I would live in Butte. Actually, if I was to stay in Montana, say if the show just does really well, like really well, say like off AdSense, I'm making like 10,000-15,000 a month, and it's just crazy. And I'm able to like say, hey, I don't need super chats anymore. I'm making tons of money off of AdSense. Where basically just the views and the subscribers is payment enough. And I mean, no one has to do anything. I'm willing to do this for free. It doesn't bother me at all. The money does help though, support the channel, especially now that I'm retiring from tattooing. But anyways, if the channels were doing really good, that's where I want to live, is Butte. I love Butte. I love the history of Butte. I love the the casinos are open 24 hours a day. Now, granted, when I lived there, I was an addict and I loved all the things that Butte offered as an addict. It was like there wasn't a big police presence there, and there wasn't like a lot of like, FBI and US Marshals there. It was kind of just like left alone. And so, that's when I fell in love with it. But I think, but it wasn't the drugs that I fell in love with about Butte. It was just the town and its smallness. And yeah, I mean, because I was bringing the drugs, so it wasn't really. I didn't go to Butte for the drugs. I just love it for so many other reasons. All right, just kind of shooting through. There's a lot of them. I lived up there first. You guys are talking about skinheads. Hey, Magic of Healing, how are you doing today? So thankful you're here today. Thank you for joining us. I have caught a couple of your shows, and I love the. I think I told you this already. I love the premise of your channel, and I would love to watch a bunch more of it. So hello to you, and super grateful you're here today. Hey, Shannon Tripp. Did I say hi to Shannon? I said hi to Shannon. Maybe chewing it too much. Kim, I don't know. I did bite into it for a second. Man, I am really washed out today on the camera. I did bite into it for a second. Let me just turn that off. I'm still gray. It's weird. So maybe that's it. I remember the original nicotine square things. First time I put it in, I chewed it, and it's like you're only supposed to chew on it 6 times in a minute. Yeah, I don't know. I think she found out more to just like about honey. What's that, Laura Lou? I mean, I think she found out more to dislike about honey. Yeah. And there she is. Magic of Healing. Again, thanks for being here today. Linda has a question. Please put QQQ. Oh, I just seen the cues. Pump the brakes, Holmes. Pump the brakes. Lucinda, you live in Barbados. Crazy. I live in Barbados. We don't play about people messing with children at all. I bet. Yeah. I bet you they don't. I bet you it's like not a third world country justice, but like the community really probably bands together and handles that, that vigilante justice type deal. Well, geez. Okay, I can get to the Jag story. I might as well. Well, I'd have to print it out, but I already wrote the story. Here we go, Jamie. Jamie Palmer says, I got some tentative plans for this weekend. Maybe go to a ghost town or near the River George National Park. Maybe both. That's awesome. Have you ever been to a ghost town? I think there's like, I don't want to exaggerate it, but I think there's like 400 ghost towns in Nevada from the gold rush days. It's so weird because Nevada's not that big. It's big, but it's not that big. You would think they would just have like, maybe 10 towns within, but I guess they were traveling by horse and by foot. So I guess it makes sense to have that many towns booming off gold. Bakerman says, comment, got to know the Idaho thing. Do you mean like why I think he'll get justice? Yeah. So if that's what you're asking or making a comment on, it's the Aryan nation or that group, because they really aren't a gang in the true sense of the word gang. They're just a group, and they're full of hate for other races, and it's ugly, but they do have a strong sense of family, and which is crazy. If they could just get past skin color and race and creed, their ideology wouldn't be bad. They believe in God. They believe in. I know a lot that believe in spirituality and reincarnation and spirit guides. It's a trip. But they do have a strong sense of family and women and children first. Always women and children first. Hey, Angie Mo. I'm so glad you're here. I can always count on a hang loose from Angie Mo. I have a friend, he's Samoan. Well, he's half Samoan, half Tongan. And he calls me Afatas. Afatas in Samoan is like my white brother, but it's really means half white, half Samoan. But it's like an honorary term. Afatas. It's so funny too. He moved down to Costa Rica, and down there they say Puta Vida. I have it tattooed on my kneecaps. Because I liked the pictures of me surfing down there. It was real cool because I have a big Puta Vida on my kneecap. So, like when I'm really like cutting into the break, it looks really, really cool. But anyway, I did it strictly for pictures. It's so crazy he moved down there. But now he's down at the Puta Vida, and Puta Vida is pure life. And it's just a saying that they just say to each other. They say it as a greeting. They say it as a farewell, as a almost any salutation, as my friend Christian Slater would say in Heathers. You guys never got that right. That's so crazy. Nobody here knows the movie Heathers. It makes me feel like a whack job. ASAP says that Zen stuff is awful. I know. I'm way up here now. Karma Chameleon says, why would Mormons care about prisoners? Yeah, why would they? But you know what? I was passing through in a jail in Ogden, Utah, and the captain, I was in booking, and the captain of the jail comes to me. He's like, hey, would you like to talk to somebody? And I thought he meant mental health. And I was like, nah, man, I'm all right. I don't feel like I'm going crazy or anything. I don't feel like I'm going to unalive myself, or I feel all right. And he had to have been Mormon, because he's like, have you ever heard Joseph Smith? And I was like, the Mormon guy? He's just like giggled and was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I've heard him. Everyone's heard of Joseph Smith. And he's like, well, I'm going to have you talk to someone. Anyways, they bring me into like this visiting area, it's with glass. And there's the two sweetest old ladies there. And now that like I wasn't really, I wasn't like a jail prison guy then, right? And but now I understand what they were doing. Like that was their little ministry, and they would like hang out at the jail and wait for new people to come in, and they would talk to them right off the rip, and they would try to talk to you about God and Joseph Smith. Now we know Mormonism is I don't know a ton about it. My ex co-host used to know a lot about it, or at least pretended to know a lot about it, right? But I have some Mormon friends here, and they believe in Jesus. I don't necessarily know if they believe in the resurrection, but I mean, they all have paintings of Jesus all over their houses. And anyways, these two little old ladies, they were so sweet, and they just asked me if I needed anything, and I think they put like $10 on my account so I could buy a toothbrush and some soap, and they were just so sweet. And I wrote them for a long time, even when I got to where I was going, because I was just there as a holdover, waiting for the U.S. Marshals to come get me. And they were so sweet. Yep, they sure were. But they really do care about prisoners. I've talked to other guys, from Utah, and they really try to convert you from jail, and they'll look out for you when you get out. If you're like ever fall into the state there, the state prison is called Draper. That's one of the prisons there. Anyway, if you get like out of Draper, they'll have like an apartment ready for you with furniture, if you convert and promise to follow the teachings of Joseph Smith. It's bizarre. But super cool. I'm sure they've saved some lives, people from a life of crime, especially if they catch like those newcomers. And I think that's what they did, because I didn't have a criminal history at that point. And I think that's what they do. They find the guys that don't really have a criminal history, and think that they can try to save them from themselves, like that first go around. And it was super cool. Super cool. What else is going on in here? I know it's kind of a slow show today, guys. We've had so many cool shows this week, starting with Sunday, that this is kind of just like a relaxed show. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you the cat. This was the palate cleanser from the conjugal visit bad guy. Man, you guys are gonna love this cat. I wish I just would have downloaded the video. So basically, this cat can talk. It doesn't tell jokes, but it like does jokey things with his owner, and it's just super cool. We're gonna watch it for a little bit. This cat is gonna trip you guys out. Just want to make sure you guys can hear it.
This story is about a cat named Merv, the most feisty, headstrong, and funny cat I've ever met.
Man, Easter Bagagua brought his eggs.
If you have an idea of chaos, imagine a merry-go-round spinning at breakneck speed, and you'll get an idea of what goes on inside Merv's head. She's not just a cat. She's a real character who makes my life more colorful and unpredictable.
Merv, your pad thai is ready. I will not go out. This is my room.
I never thought I would have a cat like this. It all started when I got a text from my wife saying, "Hi, there's a little kitten living here. Please bring a blanket and a box." I sighed and replied, "No, please, don't make me do this. I don't want a cat. There's no more room for love in my heart." But fate had it otherwise.
Merv, I'm your father.
The first few days, I wasn't even sure she was a cat. She looked more like a little demon trying to destroy me. She growled, hissed, waved her paws, and sometimes just sat there, staring at me. as if hatching some evil plan.
No!
But over time, we developed an amazing bond.
You guys
I've
can hear
always
it,
been
right?
the kind of person who likes to goof around, make funny noises, sing
Yeah,
ridiculous
the Halloween
songs, and
cat
do
pose.
silly things
Exactly. I
just
was
for
trying to
fun.
think of what to call that.
Be right when you're ready.
And then I realized that Merv is the same way. She's not just a cat,
Thank
she's
you,
my
James.
comedy partner.
We're gonna go visit Grandma in Ohio.
She brings me socks every morning. She only chooses one, and if she doesn't like my choice, she takes it away and hides it. Sometimes I wear different socks all day just because I can't find the other one.
He's got
She
zoomies.
also has a habit of jumping in the shower with me. When I decide to wash without her, I hear a loud meow, which means, "How dare you start without me?" She literally sits on the edge of the tub and controls the process, as if to make sure I'm doing it right.
Merv, what were you doing last night?
I work in an unconventional acting career with lots of ups and downs, stress and uncertainty. But Merv is always there for me. When I'm having a bad day, she jumps into my lap, starts purring, and it's like she takes all my worries away. Sometimes she puts on a real show. She sits across from me, looks at me thoughtfully, and then suddenly does something unexpected that makes me laugh.
Yeah. Merv, your room is a mess.
So crazy.
She also has an amazing ability to sense my mood. When I'm sad, she lies quietly next to me. When I'm happy, she jumps around the room chasing a ball or doing acrobatics.
Oh my God.
Merv is a true miracle. She's not just a cat, she's my best friend who supports me in every situation. She has shown me that even the most unpredictable and chaotic creatures can bring joy and love to life. If you like this story about Merv, please like,
Merv like runs
comment, and
sideways.
subscribe to the
So
channel
cool,
to see
man.
more touching and inspiring stories. Before bringing an exotic pet,
My cat is super cool. My cat will not join me. Sorry, I got like pause there for a second. Am I back? Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I got pause there for a second. My cat will not join me on the show. Like whenever Mariana is in here, it's like the cat will like jump. But as soon as I walk out of the studio, I mean, she's like headbutting me constantly. I'll try to walk away. She'll like run up and like headbutt me. And until I snuggle with her. But man, she's shedding like crazy right now. It's nuts. How much are cigarettes right now, Galen? We're talking about cigarettes. Boy, it's really slower on here than it is on here. Okay, guys. Well, so here's the deal. I have a bunch of flooring to do today. So I'm probably going to take off a little bit early. Hey, Meredith. Thank you for being here this morning. Yeah, that's so awesome. Thank you for saying hello. So I have to do the flooring today in the booths of the new tattoo shop. I am going to set up cameras so I can stream from the tattoo shop. And that's going to be awesome. I know you guys enjoyed it that one time. I felt like it was a little long, just me tattooing, but I think I'm just going to do, maybe I'll stream one tattoo a week or something like that. $17 a pack. Where? Oh, in New York. Okay. Jeez. Debbie Gibby says 12.48 a pack of smokes, 105 a carton, Ontario, Canada. Well, cigarettes have always been expensive in Canada. I remember going up to the sailboat. I've told you guys about the boat in Canada. Going up to the sailboat, and we would have to take the ferry from Vancouver to Victoria. And yeah, the cigarettes in Victoria were nuts. And this was the late 80s, early 90s, and they were $7-8 a pack then, so yeah, that's nuts. 8 to 10 in Tennessee. Okay, Randy, thanks, brother, I appreciate you. I'm sorry, I'm assumed, and it's you. I obviously see by the spelling of your name you're female. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's nuts, Randy. Sam, you're going to be on the Zoom call today, right? Yeah, I think I was supposed to. Yeah, I can do it I'll just stop what I'm doing. Yeah, I forgot all about that. What time was that? I remember seeing the email. Well, when I get off the show, I'll do all that stuff before I take off to go get the flooring. Nova Scotia. I am a sister. Yes, I know that, Randy. Yeah, that's what I was going to say that. Okay, guys. Sorry, slow show today. But that's okay. Sometimes we need a slow show. I know I do sometimes, although I'd rather just be crazy and loony. I just feel like it's not entertaining unless it is. Shadow Woman, thank you so much. I called you Shadow Man earlier. I am so sorry. Shadow Woman, thank you so much for the super sticker. I so appreciate it. Did you disappear? I haven't seen you for the rest of the show. Caddy, Connie, and Loudmouth Linda, thank you so much, Sam. I want to know if you got your Roski. I already commented on that. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you, Kaylee, for the Kaylia for the super sticker. I super appreciate it. And Karma Camila has a question. My daughter is LDS and I am an atheist. Her way of rebelling, I guess. Haha. But she married into a wonderful, kind family. No complaints. Yeah. My uncle Alex, my mom's kid brother, married a woman in Long Beach a long time ago, and they moved. She was LDS, and they moved to West Jordan, Utah, and they live there now. And they have a lovely family, and he's like moved up into the church to where he's like, I can't remember the names of like a deacon or whatever, and they're lovely. It doesn't, they're not trying to hurt anybody, that's for sure. I've never heard of any, except for like the FLDS, they are bad people. What's his name? I was trying to think of his name. That's why I stuttered on bad. Is it Jeffries or something? Warren Jeff. Yeah. Horrible human being. Deserves to be 6 feet under. And I don't think you guys have ever heard me say that about anybody. So, you guys know it must be pretty serious. At least in my opinion. Well, I love you guys. Yeah. Thank you, Jamie Palmer. I love you guys. I'm sorry if I missed any comments or, questions. I will see you tomorrow for a fun, full pack show. I am going to bring back Florida or Germany. It's the Crazy Loony Show where we say a crazy story of the strange and the macabre. And you guys have to guess, did this happen in Florida or did it happen in Germany? I would love to find one that would happen in both. That would be truly bizarre, but I bet you it could happen. But yeah, I'm going to bring that, the game show back, for no other reason, just to play the theme song. The theme song was super cool. Do you guys remember it? Do you guys remember the Florida Germany theme song? Here we go. We'll just play a tiny bit of it.
Strange headlines coming your way. Guess the spot where the chaos plays. It's wild and weird where the story began. Was it the Sunshine State or Deutschland? Florida or Germany? The choice is yours to make. Macabre or absurd?
The other night? Oh, I sure do.
You can't fake. From gators in pools to sausage parades. Decide
Gators,
where
pools,
the
to sausage
madness
parades.
was made.
Yeah, so I will be bringing back Florida Germany really soon. I just feel like the last couple times we tried to do it, it was just kind of a mess. You know, it was just kind of a mess. So I just want to really take some time and put that game show back together, and we'll have a blast playing it. There'll be prizes. I mean, I still haven't even sent out the prizes from the first round. So, if not all the other things I still need to figure out how I'm going to get, since my shirt printer is not able to print, because I don't have a platen. Yeah, that music rocks. And I'm from Florida. Oh, that's perfect. Perfectus. Yeah, thanks. And if you listen to the words to that, it is so cool. If you ever have any crazy Florida stories, send them to me and I'll use them in the show. Super cool. Beach. So it's a website called Suno, and then you can either have AI write your lyrics, or you can write the lyrics, or you can be a little bit of both. I usually have AI. I'll put in what I want it to be, and then I'll like tune it up, insert my name, maybe change a line. I try to make it my own, so it's at least a little more, as authentic as you can get AI to be. So it's just like help with AI. It's called Suno. It's an amazing, amazing website. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, the song is badass. I love it. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Jess, for all the X's. I'm pretending to know what it means. Oh, I didn't know that, Nicole. Oh, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah. Okay. Well, I am out of here. I will check on that Zoom call, Katikani and La Mafinda, and I will get it figured out. I thought it was someone named Lori that I was supposed to do a call with. Can't remember. But anyways, you guys having an amazing Wednesday. I will see you tomorrow for something. It'll be fun-filled and packed.